Break, the way they started, locked together. It's 12 all, 4 penalties each.
So as they go to the sheds, I think the All Blacks will rue the great start that they got. They were cool and they had the Australians under all sorts of pressure in the first 18 or so minutes, dominating territory and possession. Then the Australians, who looked rattled in that period, came back. They started to snap on a couple of line-outs. The forwards started to drive very well, and I think in the first half they probably end up with a pretty useful lead in the possession stakes. Ground their way down. Burke got a penalty, but Giteau, the guy who we thought was a bit suspect, he kicked the points in the end for them, and more importantly for the All Blacks, Ali Williams will probably have 8 or so minutes to start off the second half without him. So maybe the pendulum at this stage is just slightly towards Australia.
4 penalty goals to Daniel Carter, 3 to Matt Giteau, 1 to Matthew Burke, and at Telstra Stadium, 12 all, the All Blacks and the Wallabies.
Well, John Drake said during the break that Graham Henry might have a bit to say after the last 15 or so minutes before half-time. Bit of chat in there?
Yeah, it was certainly had a bit to say. I think 2 key things for me really were composure, particularly on defence. He really wanted to see a much better accuracy in the tackle, and just wanted to lift it really, play the game with a bit more pace when he had the ball and not give it away so easily.
Also the Australians stretching it out wide a wee bit. Was there any mention of the way that they're trying to go at you?
Couldn't really talk too much about them. We more just went back to what we want to do and how we can assert ourselves on this game.
How are you going to assert it with Ali Williams off the park for the next 8 minutes?
Yeah, again, we didn't talk about, you know, we're used to training with one down, and we do that, so we've got to be ready for that. It's just part of the game.
Darren, you've done it before against the Springboks. The side's certainly capable of it.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't take us that late today, but let's just hope they can do the business.
Thanks very much, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
All Black manager Darren Shand on the sideline. So the All Blacks, as we mentioned, 8 minutes or maybe just a little less with 14 players against the Wallabies, who really came back in that second 20 minutes of the first half.
Oh, they sure did. So looking at the miss of Williams, obviously at line-out time. More importantly, I think in defence, I don't think it'll affect the scrum too much. They can wheel that and sort that out. But as Graham Henry said, I think he's absolutely right what Darren Shand's passed on. Accuracy and composure is very, very important, but I also think the pace has just tailed off a wee bit. They had good numbers and they're explosive in the first 15 or so minutes, and they just seem to have gone off the ball for whatever reason. Maybe because the Australians have played smarter football and just kept the ball away from the rampaging forwards. So, but in front of the All Blacks, I think. Old cliche, they've got to score first after half-time.
So all in readiness for the start of the second spell. And Larkham, they're going to carry on the exercise of kicking to, if you like, the blind side. Ball knocked back, but it's into the arms of Takiri. So the Wallabies get first shot at it in the second half. Back for Gregan. Now Larkham. Wide it goes to Sharp. The All Blacks are going to have to make another titanic effort in defence. As short hands, here's Latham. Latham looking to stand up Muliaina. Only 5 or 6 metres short of the line. It's coming back, but it's slow. Now Gregan to Giteau. Larkham on the inside. Mialamu makes the tackle. Gregan goes again. Larkham looking to go himself. Gets a little isolated. The All Blacks may be able to turn it over. No, they're offside.
Give it a number. No. And roll away at the breakdown, 6.
Yeah, it was the first one. Was it obstruction or holding the player back? I'm not sure. Larkin went for the run. Let's have a look at this.
Never really explained this,
I think it's Xavier Rush in the top of your screen, and I think he took Giteau out without the ball, and I think that's what the penalty was for. You can see him there.
Okay, thanks.
So Rush could maybe consider himself lucky.
Doesn't make a difference, Drakey, and I think you've mentioned it already, you too, Nisbo, about kicking off to a point where you can compete for the ball. That's where it's all stemmed from.
Yeah, I agree, Smithy. The funny thing is, Carey's actually not jumping for the ball. It's our guys who are jumping and losing it.
Wallabies were down by 12-3 at one stage. Now they are in front with another penalty goal by Giteau, 15 points to 12.
Nisbo, I can tell you from the sideline that Semi Tuatupou is warming up in jersey 22. I haven't had an indication from the field, but it may be the ankle of Daniel Carter. In fact, I'm almost certain it's the right ankle. He had the strapping, but it hasn't worked.
Well, he's not comfortable, is he? So he's doing the right thing. You can't stay on in a game like this if you're not 100.
So Carlos Spencer will have to slot in as the goal kicker. All Blacks go short. Desperate to get ball, knocked on by War. And a little break for the All Blacks. But they've got to put a scrum down, 7 against 8.
You, I think. Wait for me. Don't go early, please, Gold. Wait for me, please. Crouch and hold, don't shift. Engage.
So swapping over a bit.
Well, that's a good scrum. That's well done. And it's offside.
In on the angle.
What a good break for the All Blacks, but it means Spencer up to the plate straight away.
Sorry, I'm so excited. He's got Bill Young for going in on the angle. I've been waiting about a decade for that. There's the shake of the head from Bill. He never does that. I think War was offside as well, to be fair. The All Blacks made a late change. Holler went from packing down on the tight head, in other words, the blind side of the scrum, to come on the open, because Rush said that's the way I'm going.
Kicking shallow.
And then coming in on the angle.
Giving your forwards a chance, or your players a chance to compete for the ball. Forcing the opposition to make the error for a change.
Williams is about 2.5 minutes away from back on the park. Be a real plus for the All Blacks if they can get back these 3 points that they've conceded already in the second half. Dragged it away to the left.
Now here's a scenario, Nisbo. If it's going to be decided on goal kicks and not tries this test match, and they've lost their number one kicker, who's next in the ranks? He may be sitting on the bench just down from me.
Quite right, Smithy. Wearing jersey 21. Andrew Mertens. So Tuatupou is on early in the second half for Carter. Kick-off is made. Now, let's see what the All Blacks do here. They haven't really kept the ball in hand for long periods. As Muliaina makes a straight break. Now, he's looking for support. He held it up nicely, just near the 22. Marshall, it's very slow. And Justin Marshall is frustrated.
Now he is.
Well, he's got a cause to be. Muliaina just cut him in half. Cross against the angle, left likes of Gregan alone. Look at this. It's War between the two flankers. Maybe it was a bit of yours.
Crouch and hold, don't shift. Don't shift.
To be fair, War got back very quickly.
That's a good All Black scrum, 7 against 8.
Leave a check, hold!
Yep, quite right.
Roll away.
Well, I wonder whether he'll come up with a yellow card. That's twice.
6, roll away. You're stopping the ball.
Number 6. Now, that's, I think, 4 times today.
I think it's about 4. And probably the difference is there's not much chat from the All Blacks. Oh, hello, Justin Marsh is having a wee word.
Yes, I think he has reminded Jonathan Kaplan.
It was a great scrum, though. Rush, he had to do what he did. But look, George Smith, he's all over it.
So Spencer from right out in front. No problems this time for Carlos. So a penalty apiece in the second half, 15 each, and the All Blacks about another minute or two with 14 players.
Yeah, well, good result for the All Blacks. was done up front. Now the crucial kickoff. Well, you've got to say, apart from the last one that the All Blacks kicked off shallow, the Wallabies have had an advantage.
Takiri flying in. Nicely taken by Muliaina.
No. Play on.
Play on as an Aussie hand gets in there. Here's Takiri. Muse. Another turnover from the All Blacks. Larkham gets it wide to Sharp. Fires it to no one in particular. Mortlock, though, scooped it up. Rush held him. Gregan, it is out too, and Marshall gets around quickly. And catches Gregan. Now Larkham again for Smith. Getting it wide. Danger here. Lions for the line. And he's come up short. Players unmarked. They're still going to score, though. Takiri.
Well, it came from a turnover, and I thought Lions had butchered it, but they had numbers to burn. They had 3 players on the outside. Here's where it happened. You could question, did they come from the last foot of the ruck? So then they had the momentum. They just had numbers to burn here. He should have given it. Maybe he still can, but it didn't matter. But more importantly, Takiri was still on the outside, waiting for the ball. Juggled it a wee bit, but no, he's always going to score from there.
He did almost butcher this. He'll be the happiest man on the park, the big number 8. He had Takiri out wide, he had space, he'd drawn Howlett in, and he will be so relieved to look up and see Takiri hang on to that.
Only just that he gets his first try against the All Blacks. Lottie Takiri, first try of the match too. And it's taken a long time. The All Blacks are going to get 15 players back on the field as Giddo's kick is wide. But Williams on his way back.
So Australia first to score a try, breaks the deadlock a wee bit. To my mind, they have been a lot more threatening than the All Blacks with the ball in hand.
Spencer, struggled to make 10 metres.
Okay.
Bad mistake. That precious little possession anyway. 28%, and to give it more away.
Wait for me.
So you make up for that with a big scrum. It's unbelievable here. Well, that's just the end of it, but I'm just looking at these scrums.
Crouch and hold.
Baxter and Co.
Keep it up.
Just struggling to even get in and get a bind on.
Break up.
And this I can tell you, Andrew Mehrtens is up and stretching on the bench. Darren Shannon, the manager, has just gone to the match officials to say the All Blacks will be making a change very shortly. And I think the Wallabies too, Mike Rathbone has a problem with his left shoulder.
All Blacks twisting this scrum. Gregan gets away. Larkham.
Leave it 7.
Net hard on halfway by the All Blacks. Now Mortlock, who's not afraid to run at the opposition.
He's okay.
Almost a complete reversal of the possession stats that we saw in Wellington as Giddo drives it off downfield. Oh, what a good kick. All Blacks are going to throw it quickly though. No, Howlett hangs on.
That's a superb kick. Just set it up by the Wallabies. He's so deep. Yes, pinpoint.
Change coming now.
Yep, Mehrtens is on in jersey 21.
Well, it might have something to do with goal kicking. That might be part of the equation anyway.
Well, they might want to get some field position too, Nis, but I don't think either of the number 10s have dominated this game with their boots in terms of putting their forwards going in the right direction. So maybe they're looking for that, the All Blacks.
Well, Smithy, to be fair, with 28% of the possession, the guy at number 10 hasn't had much of an influence on the game. They've got to give him some ball.
Please, over at the back.
Well, he's deep in the in-goal area, Mehrtens. The All Blacks all goes according to plan. Will claim this line out. Williams, well, as he had it stolen, the crowd on the far side thought for a moment. Now it's with Andrew Mertens. And he's drilled it off downfield. It's not out. Takiri just near halfway. Tui Tupo, he won't miss too many tackles. Regan, oh, and he gets met by Mia Lamu. Giddo tries to get round the outside of Umanga.
Leave it black.
Al Baxter fires the pass off to Smith. Giving the ball a lot of air tonight, the Wallabies. Trying to expose the All Blacks out on the flanks. Here's Rathbone. Umanga, and he's over the touchline. Good tackle by the captain.
Was it out before he knocked it? Go, thanks.
Tanner Umanga, he's got a bit to think about. Rathbone wanted to give the ball, but I think Mortlock was actually out of the field of play. You're right, there's been a lot of space created by the Wallabies, so you've got to put it on the All Black forwards. They've got to get some ball, and once they've got it, they've got to hang on to it. They've got to build up some phases. They haven't respected the ball at the breakdown, even when they've won it at ruck and maul time. They haven't cleared it properly. And that hasn't been Marshall. It's been the other guy in there, usually Holler and co.
Chris Jack and Case Muse both being attended to. Williams stretching high.
Number 5. Number 5, wrong side.
Nathan Sharp offside. So down to the 22.
Let's keep the penalties down to the end.
There's been a lot of penalties in this game.
So
Matt Burke on Drake here. Just tell you that Mortlock has gone for good this time. Burke back on jersey 21.
Miralamu, oh, that's a dodgy throw. It's short. Harrison tries to pick it up, does pretty well. Gregan's kick relieves the pressure.
good Australian line-out. Yeah, they put big pressure on the All Blacks, and Harrison, he was cool. He just slides it back. But that's Sharp who does the damage there, gets in front of Gibbs. A bit tricky for the Wallabies, but they got out of it.
This time a good throw. Williams takes it. Here's Tui Tupo. Got through the first tackle from Ghetto. Encouraging start. Short pass to Rush. He hasn't got a number. Three of the All Blacks playing without numbers now. Marshall pops it up. Umanga. Here's Holler. Marshall was waiting for the pass. Now the All Blacks get some momentum. 5 or 6 metres short. They stay blindside. Mertens hands it back to Holler. Tui Tupo's not looking too smart in midfield at the moment. He's trying to run though as Howlett comes across.
Leave it to 7, you're off. 7.
Slow ball. Marshall struggling to release it. Does so. And it's against number 7. So Phil Waugh is going to be penalised, but nothing comes of this. Here's Heyman having a thump. Marshall clears again for Mertens. And it's knocked down.
Pulling number 9 in. No, he's not. He's nowhere near the ruck.
Well, most of the penalties have been conceded by the two loose forwards, Phil Waugh and George Smith.
Yeah, well, I'd make it about 6 penalties at the ruck and maul by Smith and Waugh. So, might be getting close to card time for them. Kaplan was telling him to get away at this stage, so he leaves the ball alone, but then he grabs Marshall. Pulls him in, he's holding on to his arm, makes it very hard to clear the ball.
Andrew Mertens slides it through. The All Blacks edge a little closer, 20 points to 18. Mertens has 200 points against Australia, and quite a milestone that, the first player to score 200 points against any one nation.
Dr. Graham Patterson just coming back to the sideline, and they're a little bit worried about Tui Tupo. It looked as if he was giving him some treatment in the small of the back. Doesn't look too comfortable, and they've really run out of options on the bench.
Yes, he looked very sore. Byron Kelleher, the only back reserve left now that Mertens is out there in place of Spencer. Now the All Blacks almost to halfway, as Muse had to step back and grab that. Now Marshall. Mertens to Holler, sends it wide. Tui Tupo doesn't look too comfortable. Knocked it back though.
Leave it, Jeff! Leave it!
Marshall. Mertens. Clever change of direction. Latham having to come across. Gets it onto his favourite left boot though, and he boy can punt. And he has done so, down towards halfway. But I think Sam Tui Tupo is moving very gingerly in midfield.
You could see that in that move, couldn't you, with his pass. It was very, very laboured indeed. Now the Wallabies have gone to the bench too. Jeremy Paul for Brendan Cannon.
Meantime, Mialamu. Williams quickly for Marshall. Now Mertens. Tui Tupo. He'll keep running. Oh, that's good stuff. Shoves Larkham out of the road. Now it's Holler carrying on. Holler! Still going, Marty Holler. Gives it up to Marshall. He's driven back. Player coming back from Australia. Kaplan thought that was all right. And the movement breaks down at that stage. Gregan have to change quickly. Here's Ghetto. Closed down. Hasn't been held. Now Gregan. And Holler. It's charging up on Chris Latham once again.
Well, just a couple of things. The substitutions from the All Blacks would say that Tui Tupo hasn't looked, he's looked a bit gingery, but he's the guy who's taken it up twice, got over the advantage line and kept the ball going. And then of course Mertens, we've seen a very good change of direction with a kick, so they have made an impact. And the Australians not used to those style of play. Carter's a gliding player, Tui Tupo's more direct.
Williams, he's the major line-out target. Here's Tui Tupo, quickly onto Umaga. Now they get it wide for Muliaina. Rathbone struggling perhaps with his shoulder. Wasn't too keen to go in and make that tackle. Held there for Marshall. Now he releases. Marshall gets it back. Jack. Right on the 10-metre line.
No!
Now Marshall for Andrew Mertens. Flat across to Kevin Mialamu. Marshall, Mertens. Rush. Standing wide. Just edging a couple of metres. Mertens hands it off to Marshall.
Run away! Gold!
Mertens brings it out for Mialamu. He'll have a go.
Leave it 7!
Looking to milk a penalty here as they manoeuvre Australia around. Now Williams held it up well. Ball is there. Mertens playing as an extra halfback at the moment. The ball comes away and Smith chased by Mertens.
And away, Black!
Now they're a bit short on defence here, the All Blacks. Latham. Larkham, though, coming back into the heavy stuff. Got his pass nicely. 10 out from the 22. Gregan brings it out. Ghetto. Back to Latham. Holler can't get him. Muliaina can, though, with help from Howlett. Only 5 metres out. And they're in touch, but it's a penalty.
Captain. From the side. At the tackle. Must come through the gate.
Another hairline decision. There was war onside. Boy, I don't know.
Well, he wasn't, because he has to come from the hindmost feet, doesn't he? He's just staying on the side of it. But to be fair, the guard dogs aren't there for the All Blacks. In other words, two guys standing just off the ruck, protecting the halfback or whoever's playing halfback. Didn't happen.
Well, this is an interesting decision. It is not going to be the kick of goal from Matt Burt.
Come across, 4 black.
Just under 20 minutes remaining in the test. Harrison, they're going to try and drive the All Blacks over the line here. It's on the grounds. Gregan for Giteau. Heaves it wide. Bad pass. Rathbone has to go back. Going to try and run around the outside of Muliaina. Ball is kicked out. Now who kicked it out? Came off an All Black.
One side of the field to the other. Clever play from Rathbone. Oh, he does very well.
Chris, just hold until they come into the line-up, please.
So they get another chance, the Wallabies, on the 5-metre line. Jeremy Paul, whose line-out throwing can be a bit shaky. Not sure whether the All Blacks will contest this, though.
Two, just right there, two.
No, they let Harrison go up, and he delivers quickly, and Gregan's knocked it on, surely. Yep.
Okay, leave him.
Well, a little bit of advice for George Gregan.
There'll be a wee bit of chat there. It's an interesting move because the Australians don't mind getting ball off the top from the front of the line out, which gives the defence a bit of a chance to get going. They rely on Gregan and Larkin's big pass. Didn't even get to that.
Keep it up.
Here goes Rush, trying to smash another couple of metres. Now they get it wide from Mertens. Latham's stationed well in centre field. Heaves it across to Rathbone. Not too many options available here for Clyde Rathbone.
Leave it 4.
And they set it in midfield. Now Stephen Larkin for Smith. Tries to wriggle through the gap. Closes quickly. Gregan again. Larkin. Sharp.
Leave it black,
taken in
6.
midfield.
Advantage. 6 black.
Jono Gibbs penalised.
Leave the ball on the ground. You're holding it in. 6 black. I want quick ball and you're holding it. 6. Holding the ball. He's off his feet.
There's Jono Gibbs there. Where's the ball? Did he have a hand in there? Well, gee, you'd never know. There's a few hands in there.
Just, you can take it either this side.
Good pressure from Australia, though. They're playing at the right end of the field. All Blacks have got a wee bit more possession back. They're up to 35 or so %, but really the ball they've had again has been untidy and messy. Australia showing the confidence again. Down for the touch.
Over, please.
Sam Tuipulotu again receiving some attention.
Number 4 black.
So the Wallabies, another chance, 17 minutes remaining. 2-point lead.
Throw it in.
Harrison untidy. Lions having to control this.
No. Roll away, 4.
They're going to go blindside. Smith fires it back in field, but he's out.
Well, I was going to say great skills. I thought the pass from Gregan to Smith was flat at the best.
Black 8. Black 8.
All Blacks going to the bench again. Mosi Tuiliki in jersey 18 for Xavier Rush.
Well, that's an interesting move because you would classify Tuiliki. He's an impact player. He's a bit different from Rush. He's a bit more physical, a bit bigger. So they'll be using him to break the line. They'll be wanting to get the hands on his ball as much as possible.
All Blacks have lost this. And the Wallabies charging down towards the line. Gregan now. Larkham gets it wide. Burke.
Now leave it Black. Number 2, stay on.
There it is for Gregan once more. Sharp.
Stay up, he's up.
Driving over the top of it was Holler.
I can leave it Black. Black.
Still on the Wallaby side though. Larkham looks on the inside for Latham. Just picked him up in time.
No.
Still there though for the Wallabies.
18, get on.
Gregan, short. To Carey it is. Desperate defence here by the All Blacks. And
Ball's held up.
ball is held
Going
up.
far.
5 metre scrum. Danger still exists.
Oh, danger big time for Carey. So strong. That was from a standing start with a lot of players around him. This was a classic Brumbies inside ball. All Blacks did reasonably well here because they slowed it down, but when Takiri got the ball, I thought there's no way he's going to get over, but he's just showed so much strength.
Let's go.
So they can go both ways, the Wallabies.
On the engage, both of you.
Great options for Larkham. He's dead behind the scrum.
The bind, hold there, hold.
They're packed out on the blind side.
Away they go to the left. Larkham gets it across to Giteau.
That's fine.
Marshall stole it.
That was ripped up by Black.
Great effort by Justin Marshall.
Wait there.
Mertens deep in the in-goal area. Goes onto the left boot. Gets it up high. Won't go out. To Keary. Away for Larkham. Mertens there to make the tackle on Stephen Larkham. Pops back for Gregan. Now Burke. Gregan has a crack. Tuialii desperately trying to hang on to Jeremy Poore. Still 10 metres to go. Sharp as Australia hammer away. Gregan. Larkham coming wide this time. All Blacks look a bit short. But Umaga makes another big tackle. Boys, he made some tonight.
No hands!
Ball trapped in the back again.
Leave him!
Delivered finally for Gregan. Now Smith. Got away from Muse. Now he gets it over the top. Trouble here to Keary. Desperate defence. Gregan stays blindside, knocked on. But offside, Justin Marshall.
I've got it under control. I won't actually have to.
Yeah, so Gregan's asking again for a card. They got out of jail, the All Blacks. I just wondered to Keary, when he got the ball on the outside, he chopped back in. He's been pretty effective in breaking the tackle. I wonder if he should have just gone for the corner. And he had him ripped apart again, the Brumbies. This is great play from them and fantastic pressure.
Doug Howlett took a gamble, didn't he? He came and he looked as if he might be able to look for the intercept. And then he had to get back and make the tackle on Takiri. It came wide again. The All Blacks got the numbers out there, and Marshall, well, you could almost say it was professional, but Gregan can't complain. The Wallabies seem to have fringed a lot since Ali Williams was binned for no result.
Well, I was going to say, Smithy, I mean, yeah, we are slightly biased, I guess, but I'm wondering what's the difference between what War has been doing all night and what Marshall just did. The guard dogs weren't there, so he thought Gregan's fair game.
Both sides, Smithy, look like they're calling on their replacement players.
Yeah, it looks as if Somerville, for one, for the All Blacks, he's doing some really strenuous work going in here with Andrew Hoare packing down work, and maybe John Rowe and Wendell Saylor for the Wallabies.
So Matthew Burke, who kicked the first penalty for the Wallabies tonight, then left the field, is back to have another go, and he's so reliable.
Penalty on to the Wallabies by Matthew Burke to take Wallabies now to 23.
11 minutes remaining in the test here at Telstra Stadium. The Wallabies trying desperately to stay in this Tri Nations. They've got a 5-point advantage.
As but we've got Vickerman going on in jersey 18 for Nathan Sharp, and yeah, John Rowe on at the back of the scrum for David Lyons.
And the Somerville replacement not far away by the looks of things. Back now, I think, Smithy.
Quicker than that, yep. For Case Muse.
Interesting call, that, Drakey. Tight head on for a loose head.
Yes, well, it will be interesting. Let's just see where they tack down. I don't think Heyman can go that to the other side.
Just the ball, the ball. Leave it,
Burton's kickoff is claimed by Harrison. Larkham gets it back to Latham. Charged! Chance here for Carl Heyman. Ball is loose to Carey going back. They've got to pin him. Weren't able to do so. And it's going to be a 5-metre scrum. Good effort, Carl Heyman.
Well, if you're cynical, you'd say that's why they made the change, because Carl Heyman's about 6'20", and he got up there. Gee, he showed some good skills. He might get the Olympics with that. And he gets the tackle as well. Well, opportunity here. Somerville is at loose head prop. All Blacks lined out in that now characteristic very flat back line. Let's just see if Tuilei has a go off the back of the scrum.
Haven't had many opportunities to get the ball over the whitewash tonight.
So the secret here is get a steady scrum and quick ball to Tuilei. Good job by Somerville.
Tuilei, he feeds it up to Howlett, who gets in close.
Leave it.
Marshall. Fairly stationary, though, the All Blacks. All rocking back on their heels. Now Marshall goes to Mertens, fires it wide for Muliaina. They're well covered out here, though. Muliaina's done well to scrap his way through a couple of tackles. Now Marshall brings it out, goes short. Somerville hits them hard. Marshall turns quickly, Mialamu. The All Blacks will need patience. Oh, stolen. Just a straight steal. And it's got to be cleared away. Not one of the better kicks, but enough from Matt Burke.
Chris Latham, I think it was, who got in there. Mialamu thought that Smith was his problem. Just watch Latham. Rips it clean. And you've got to say the All Blacks weren't that convincing from that attacking scrum.
83,418 the official crowd tonight. Sell out. Mialamu lobs it to the centre. Oh, they got it. It was a struggle. Marshall chased across.
Okay, hold that, goals! Back goal, 16.
It's going to be there, but again it's slow.
That's all right.
Tana Umaga stayed right in there.
Six.
Makes a few metres.
Leave it here, push back, 8.
Now Marshall Mertens looking to make some ground
Roll away, goals!
close to the ruck. Holler back to Marshall. His old mate George Smith flies at him, misses the tackle.
Leave it, goals!
All Blacks bunched. There's no real width here at all. Now they get it to Heyman.
And away, goals!
Marshall hands it back to Howlett, to Chris Jack. Not looking too convincing in attack so far. Umaga puts it on the boot and it goes into touch. Well, getting the ball over the try line has been a problem for the All Blacks in the Tri Nations. One try in Wellington, one in Christchurch.
14.
None here so far.
14.
Yes, and they are doing very, very hard at the moment. They are bunched. You always see the desperation when you put a kick in like that. Almost run out of ideas.
Rathbone's night is over. Sailor is in. Jeremy Paul. Oh, the All Blacks have got him. Lovely pass by Chris Jack. Mertens goes short. Tui Tupo. Now the Wallabies have to defend.
Okay, leave it here. Goals, push back.
Marshall looks left and right. Goes to the right for Heyman. Now Marshall drags it out again. Umaga to Holler.
All out.
Marshall again for Williams. Leaves it behind for Mialamu. They're only 5 metres short here, the All Blacks. Hard line to Breakstow as Mertens gives it back inside to Tui Tupu. They're waiting for him, but he still took it 2 or 3 metres. Marshall. Again he goes to Mertens. Mertens. Now there's a chance. Muliaina didn't quite free it wide and closed down. There was a chance there as Gregan is dragged out.
I'm just wondering if Gibbs was in front of him. I think it was Gibbs right on the touchline. He was waiting there, and I just wonder whether he might have been in front of Muliaina.
1 goal.
But that was better from the All Blacks. What they did, they got over the advantage line quickly, and they got quicker ball. Gave them a chance. Muliaina, yeah, that's where he had to take it in. You can't quite see Gibbs there, but I think, yeah, there he's just come. Oh, it was Jack, sorry. I think he might have just been in front.
Scrum Black.
Well, he might have spent 10 minutes off the park, Ali Williams, but it was his line-out steal that's created this pressure from an All Black point of view.
Wait for me, wait for me. Crouch and hold. Okay. Hold there, hold there. Right there, Scrummy, leave him.
Tuialii, good power. Almost stretching over, not quite.
It's stuck in there. They'll take the scrum, good.
Oh boy, Mossy Tuialii was so close.
Now you could just see Mialamu there telling, he's just saying, come on, we can give some more here. Does well, the young man too, doesn't try and go for the double movement. Kaplan blows it up very quickly. Gregan's all over it, he just wants to kill it.
No ball, no ball, no ball, no.
Look how low that All Black scrum is.
5 minutes remaining at Telstra Stadium. Another cliffhanger. Ball kicked away. Marshall have to go back and recover. Does so cleverly. Marshall regains the lost ground with an excellent run.
Okay, leave it here, leave it. That's fine. Roll away, 18.
Ball's been turned over though. Larkham hurries it out.
Unfortunately, it's 100%.
Plenty to think about for Graham Henry. Ahead of the battle. Composure and control at the back of the ruck has not been a strong point for the All Blacks tonight.
They're running out of time. Important line-out throw. Here's Somerville having a go.
Leave it cold.
Smith through offside for the umpteenth time tonight.
Hold there, hold
No
there.
sign of a yellow, I bet. Marshall, Tui Tupo, bravely stayed on the field, gets up and goes again.
Roll away.
Marshall stays with Mertens. Mertens probing.
Roll away. Hold there, no.
Not sure they're still playing advantage. You never know with Kaplan. Umaga, Somerville, slips it to Mialamu. Advantage is over now.
Hold there, 6.
Backwards and forwards they go. Wallabies defence holding. Marshall. Rokathoko's hardly seen the ball all night. Now the captain. Umaga. Quick hands required. It's knocked on. At least it's forward. Sailor's got it. And the whistle's going to go. All Blacks making the mistake.
Drake, it was this time last week, or 2 weeks ago, the All Black scrum put so much pressure on the Springboks, they got a turnover.
Thanks. Yep, thanks.
Well, they've had their ascendancy all night, but the Wallabies, as they often do, Smithy, they've hung in here.
Crouch and holds. No, don't go. Engage. Right there, don't shift out,
Good run by John Rowe. Off the back.
Leave it to 18!
Regan for Sailor.
And away, 7!
Regan, and this time it's Latham on the trusty left boot. Crisis avoided for the moment. Just 2.5 minutes left.
Well, they've done well, Australia. You could go back a few minutes. There's a 5-metre scrum. In fact, 2 of them for New Zealand. and they couldn't breach the line, and now they're back at halfway.
Nialamu goes short to Chris Jack. Marshall reaches in. Mertens to Tui Tupou. Umanga. Staunch defence by the Wallabies.
Okay, leave it. Cold.
Now Mertens. Nialamu. Getting close to the touchline and a crosser.
Just get away from me.
He's a crazy man, Harrison, isn't he?
No, I could think of other things.
Let's get in,
Oh,
please.
he just provoked Nialamu into this. Just stood over the top of him.
Yeah, look at that, a bit of a
Well, he's a goose.
hand wash from
Stay
Nialamu.
there, 5. Stay, don't go 5.
Paul. The Wallabies have knocked it on in the line-out, though.
From the line-out. Back ball.
We're in the last minute. The All Blacks have not yet scored a try in the game. Can they produce a Christchurch finish?
Yeah, don't touch your play. You got it. Hold there.
Justin Marshall, the siren is gone. This is their last chance. Umanga for Rakathoko. Wide it goes to Muliaina. Mertens. Tuiliki. Last chance. Mertens gets it back. Tui Tupou. Another good run by Sam Tui Tupou. Gives the All Blacks an opportunity to set it up on the 10-metre line. Pollard just hangs on. You've got to hand it to the Wallaby defence in this game. It has been outstanding as Umanga puts the foot down.
And away goes!
10 out from the 22.
Oh, last line!
Moving their way up. Marshall fires it wide to Nialamu. Spins, finds Marshall.
Run away!
Just near the 22. Holler snaps it up.
Leave it, get balls! 1!
Mertens changes direction. Marshall. Umanga again. Knocked down by one of the Wallabies. Howlett's got it. 9 phases.
Hold there, 6.
They've gone backwards in the last couple, though. Tuiliki. Now he frees it up. That looked like an early tackle. Ball's kicked out. The game will be over. Wallabies win it by 5 and stay in the Tri-Nations.
Well, you can just see the emotion on their faces. They fought real hard for this game. They didn't start as well as they would have liked. But the crucial 40 minutes before and after half-time was clearly Australia's. They got a lead and they didn't surrender it. The All Blacks could not breach the line. The Wallabies were better tonight in a couple of crucial areas, particularly ruck and maul time, where they just had too much skill for this All Black team.
So often it's been heartbreak here at Telstra Stadium for the All Blacks. It's happened again. And the Wallabies delighted. Their defence was outstanding. Kept the All Blacks tryless and have taken the 4 Tri-Nations points.
And kept them more importantly, kept them in touch to try and hang on to or get back this Tri-Nations trophy. The Bledisloe Cup's gone, but they're still in the running, and I suppose people in South Africa, they'll have a smile on their face too, Nisbo, because they've still got a chance as well.
Yes, they have big time. South Africans, of course, have the 2 home games to come. The All Blacks at Ellis Park next
George
week.
Gregan, what an incredible
And let's
test
hear
match,
from
went
George
right
Gregan.
down to the wire.
Yeah, pretty typical of these matches.
both teams are very proud, play a very positive style and go at each other. Tonight, conditions were perfect for it, and both teams went right to the last minute.
Pretty tight at half-time. What was said in the shed at half-time to come out and play like you did in the second half?
It's just a matter of maximising our opportunities, trying to play, well, field position with good kicks if we needed to, and, you know, and a courageous effort defensively, trusting each other and working hard off the ball.
I was quite nervous those last couple of minutes, but I had your wife, Erica, on my arm for the last couple of minutes. She was nervous.
Yeah, she's very nervous. These games aren't good for the heart, but we don't mean to make them go down to the wire, but it's just the nature of these two teams.
Great support again tonight in Sydney.
Yeah, it's a great place to play. Thanks for coming out. All decked out in gold. We love playing here.
Thanks, George.
Thanks, mate.
Well, Tano, disappointment, obviously, but you really showed that the Wallabies especially came back in that second half.
Yeah, it was one of those games. I think it really showed how close the two teams are, and even though it was a dry day, we still couldn't send it across the line.
Yeah, we put the weather on for you here tonight like you did in Wellington for us, but obviously credit to the Wallabies, the way they tenacity they got across the top of the ball, but there was a lot of penalties in the match.
Yeah, and obviously you can't say much now. You know, the coaches will go over that and nitpick, and then we'll have a see what we can say to Jonathan. But you know, it was on both sides. Early on it was them, later on it was us. You just have to live with that.
Well, next week you're going to play the Springboks away. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, you know, we're still in this competition, and we have to get the result in Joburg, which is no mean feat. But you know, if we want to win, we've got to take it.
Thanks, Tanner.
Thank you very much.
So we've heard from both captains, and all we can do now is sit back and reflect on a Wallabies victory. There'll be post-match analysis coming up very shortly. The All Blacks and the Wallabies locked together 12-all at half-time. The Wallabies scored the only try of the game, Lottie Takiri. That finished up being the difference. So far in 3 Tri Nations games, the All Blacks have scored just 2 tries.